Everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and we are back with some more of the Gibraltar Challenge. Today's episode, we are going to see the two cup finals for Season 10. Hopefully we're going to walk away with the quad once again. We're going to be facing off against Britannia first in the Senior League Cup final, and then it's St. Joseph's in the Rock Cup final. And as you can see, Britannia, the only team all season to hold us away from winning in Gibraltar anyway. Of course, we struggled against Maccabi Haifa. That wasn't actually put on this playlist, was it? Because the file corrupted and I couldn't use it. I was really annoying, that was. So yeah, hopefully we're going to get our own back here on Britannia this evening. I can't imagine they're going to be too much of a problem. We're beating 1-0 there in the Rock Cup final. I'm just annoyed with that. We beat them 4-1 there as well, so it should be pretty easy. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into this first match against Britannia. And here we go with Cup Final number 1. It's taken me a hell of a long time between that opening to actually getting here. There's been a lot of loading screens, I think because it's come to the end of the season, we're getting a lot of the bigger clubs, because I'm running a lot of the main nations across Europe as well, like Spain, Portugal, Germany, France, England, all them sort of nations. So I think they're all making their releases and some of their transfer business, so it's taken a long time to load up to this point. So here we are, as you can see, heavy favourites to pick up the victory here today. Sergio Tundi is our key man, no surprise right there. The good journalist here is winning by 3 or 4 goals, which I'm hoping is going to be the case. I swallowed the fly. Team-wise, they've got nobody really there too scary. They've got Yeboah, who came through our academy. As you can see, he played 22 games for us. He was a really good player, but never really had the stats to back it up, and he's never even got himself one Gibraltarian cap, which is a bit of a shame. And then up front, he's got Aidan Ives as well. Yes, Aidan Ives, one of our former players that we released last season as well. So what are we going for? We've got Ramito in goal, who's now getting closer and closer to match fitness. Another man that I believe may decide to go for Gibraltarian nationality. 28 days left. That'd be great if he did, because I think he'd be number 1 goalkeeper for Gibraltar for many years to come. Jared Murphy at left back, again another cracking player. Stats are still going up, always going the right direction, and his value's going up there as well, which is good to see. In the middle, next to him, Jared Madison, another good young player. His stats are going up, probably not the ones we want to see. His finishing is going up, which is probably not the best one for us, but stuff like vision and passing, stamina, strength, all decent things to have for a defender. Alongside him, Nick Halton, who's had a decent season this year, struggled a little bit with fitness, which is why he's coming back to this one. He's macking lat sharpness, and I think he must be close to getting Gibraltarian nationality as well. He's got 50 odd days left. So I think next season Gibraltar's going to get a much stronger national side. I think a few of these people will go for that. Jamie Wildman, had him for a couple of years now, good right back. It's difficult for anyone to try and take that place from him. Up into midfield we have Anders Broger, just been a rock this season for us. This is the first year that he's really come in full guns blazing. He's actually wanted by some decent clubs as well, so I'm going to actually boost him up to £1 million asking price just in case, but if they do want him, they're going to have to pay for him. Chris Morgan's alongside him, the Australian lad, a very good player. Just look at them stats. He's really been a cracking player for us. Talking of cracking players, we've got Finn Baird, a young player who's developing. This is his first real season for us. He's done very well down this left-hand side, and he's just going to get better and better. A player who's still going to get better and better, but he is already cracking, is this man right here. And look, his stats are going up as well now. Sergio Tundi, the player that I think can single-handedly take us into the Champions League next stage. Just the stats are fantastic, and I think if somebody does want this guy, they're going to have to pay the earth for him. Up front, talking of wanted, we've got Richard Jones. He's worth 185k, and he is wanted by some top championship sides. And alongside him, we're going to keep with Bustamante just because he's a bit unhappy. He's not been getting a lot of first-team football, so I'm thinking we give him a couple of games here, it might perk him up a little bit, and we can make sure we keep a hold of him. He is still contracted in with us for another couple of years anyway, and somebody that I'm potentially looking to maybe loan out to Cannons next year if he agrees to it. Passionately, we want to go out there and show everyone that we're born winners. That seems to have motivated Tundi and Baird anyway. Those are the two players that are really going to change this game for us, those two wingers. Just assisting, and you look at our strikers and they've scored a lot of goals this season, but in fairness it's not just a testament to how good they are at scoring goals, it's also very testament to how good Atundi and Baird are at creating these goals. Atundi has created like something like 22, 23 goals now this season. It's absolutely insane really. I don't know what that was, but we'll make the change. So far we seem to struggle on possession quite a lot in this game. I've always noticed that. We get more shots and and stuff like that per possession. We always seem to be a little bit behind. So far we're 25 minutes in, nothing as yet. Looks like Baird's got himself a free kick, crosses it in, and it's hooked in quite nicely by Wood there. We just play it out short to White. Are they going to try and catch us on the counter-attack? Good defending there by Warman. And then again by Broga. A little bit of head tennis. Yeboah plays it forward to Parody, who is just a parody of a real footballer. So yeah, as I said in the last episode, I'm tempted, if we don't get the national job in the next couple of years, I'm tempted to actually just create a new manager and just have two separate managers running on this account just to take over the national side. It's just, I'm a little bit frustrated because the current manager for Gibraltar has been there for 7 years now. And he's the guy that we actually applied for the job when it first came available, and we were told we didn't have enough experience. I think if it does become available now, I think we might have enough experience, but it's how long it's going to be before this guy goes. Because he's been there 7 odd years. I'm just desperate to get that national job as well, and I think we'd be able to. Talk some of these younger players into it, especially players like Broga, because Broga's been at our club now with us for God knows how many years now, about 3 or 4 years, and I think we've probably built up a good relationship with him. So if we ask him to become Gibraltarian, you never know, he just might do that. I don't know. I think Broga might be good enough to actually go on and play for the Danish side at some point. Guys like Nick Halton, I think probably will go Gibraltarian because he's a good defender and he's English. So I think if you get players from bigger nations that are not going to have a chance to play for their nation, then those are the sort of players that will change across. And so far, Britannia's doing actually really well here. We're struggling a little bit. Madison heads it clear now. Tundi's on the ball. We were struggling, but there's a counter-attack on here. Dundee plays it big up to Bustamante, who keeps it in. Bustamante plays it across into Morgan. Morgan's in tons of space. Takes a shot and it's saved. That wasn't a very good shot there by Morgan at all. He should have done better with that, really. Baird's going to take the corner. Broga with a header, but it was a foul. And we do end the first half with the most attempts and the most on target. But I'm still not very impressed by what's going on here. And let's tell them that. And look, they're all fired up now. This could be dangerous now for Britannia. All these players fired up, coming out for the second half. Could be lethal. Broga now plays it out wide to Murphy. Right, we do have a corner. It's going to be taken by a Tundi. It's gone deep to Halton, but it's caught by Wood. So we're looking pretty decent. We're just struggling a little bit. We just need to get that one goal. If we get that one goal, I'll be happy then. But until we do score that one goal, I'm a little bit worried. A little bit dubious about what could happen. Good defence there by Madison. Back to Murphy. The two Jareds linking up well there. To Broga, across to Morgan. Forward to Bustamante. A player who we threatened to take off in the last game, and as soon as we took him off, he scored a goal. And we weren't able to cancel the substitution in time. We might have to bring on Franks at some point just to boost up that forward line. Morgan plays it forward through to Jones. Jones does manage to get through and Jones does score. And just as you threaten to make changes, we do get the goal. Richard Jones. I don't think that was offside. I'm pretty sure that wasn't offside. Looked like, I think he was just on. I think he was just onside. It's going to be tight, I think, either way. So can we get a second goal now, just to sort of finish the game off? They've got a corner. It's a deep one. It's headed by Garcia. It's off the crossbar. Out by Madsen. And a great tackle there by Broga. He's going to go for another one. Oh, yeah, be careful, Broga. You're already been booked. That looked a bit dangerous when you're running forward there. To a point where I'm thinking maybe taking Broga off might be a clever idea here. He's not had the best of games so far, so we'll bring on Bernal. We'll bring on Franks in place of Bustamante as well. Just try and finish this one off. Come on, guys, you can do this. Get a second goal here, and that'll just That'll just shore things up for us. It's been a bit of a tight game, this one. Not a lot of opportunities. Well, we've had 14 shots, 7 on target, and that's the worry I've got. We're just not really taken the full effect of some of our opportunities. Morgan cuts out that throw in, plays it in. Jones, it goes back to Yeboah, who cuts it out and plays a big ball forward. That's going to be picked up there by Halton, who plays it back to Ramito, who I'd love to see become the Gibraltarian goalkeeper. It's not a job that any person really wants, though, is it, really? Becoming the goalkeeper of a club or a nation that's not exactly very strong. You're going to be very, very busy. But you will start to get caps. You will be able to represent a country that you are... well, Franks is in here. Oh, Franks, come on, you can do better than that. You kicked it straight at him. Going to get the corner. Baird plays it in. It's come back out. Bernal, but Yeboah's done well again. And Yeboah's actually had quite a good game here against us. But they just don't seem to have that last ball. They seem to be very route one all the time. Just booting it forward. Wildman picks it up. And Nick Halton's struggling for fitness. I don't know if we've got any more centre-backs on the bench there, have we? We do have Dulce. We'll bring Dulce on in place of Halton just to rest him a little bit. So that's just keeping his fitness ready for the next game, really. And just hopefully see out this 1-0 victory. We're just going to go to contain now. And it looks like we are going to be able to hold out and win the cup 1-0. It's not the most exciting victory, but it is a cup, so I'm not going to moan too much, because I think now we get a decent amount of prize money for these cups. I think we get like, well, I say a decent amount, like 40 or 50 grand I think it is now. Whereas we used to get enough, we used to get like 1,000 for winning it. Now we get like 30 or 40 grand, which is, it's not a massive thing, but it pays our wages for a week or two, which is pretty good, because we are struggling at the moment, because we are spending a lot more on wages than what we probably should be. But we need to, if we can get through a couple of rounds in the Champions League, we should be looking pretty good with wages. Ramito catches that ball nicely. If we can get our own stadium at some point, that's going to help us out, because then our fan base is going to be bigger and we can start to get more tickets sold as well. And there we go. There is the 1-0 victory. We have won the Senior League Cup. Oh, it was a tight one, lads. It was a tight one. We managed to scrape through. Hopefully the Rock Cup final won't be quite as tight. We got it though. Eric Franks got the top goal scorer of the competition. Richard Jones came third. Natundi came fourth as well, or joint third. So we've done pretty well there. So let's get straight into the second cup final against Glasses United, I think it was, in the Rock Cup. Well, there we go. That's exactly what I just said. We got 58.31 thousand for winning the Senior League Cup, which is a good amount. It's nearly 60k, so that's really going to help us out. That's going to pay our wages for a few weeks, and if we can win the Rock Cup and get the same amount, then we're looking at about 120k just from winning these two competitions, which is going to really help us out in the years to come if we can continue doing that. So here we are. We have just actually finished a signing here of Wilson Armando Mora, another Ecuadorian striker. Doesn't seem to be as good as what I originally thought he was going to be. He's very good for our youth rating at the moment, apparently, but he's not going to have a very high potential. But we'll keep hold of him for a season or so, see how he gets on. Might be another one of the players we look to loan out to Cannons if they'll take him, or if he'll go there. Either way, but yeah, he's not going to get much use this season or next season. Maybe he's going to be another one of those backup players that we just keep a hold of for a season or two. See if they develop. If they don't develop, we'll let them go. If they do develop, then we'll obviously reap the rewards. Well, he seems to have done quite well here. We signed, and then he's gone straight into a reserves game and scored a hat-trick. So he seems to be a pretty decent player either way. I can't believe he's just done that. Well, it looks like I was completely wrong. We're not facing up against Glasses. We're facing up against St. Joseph's for the Rock Cup final. I don't know how I buggered that one. I was probably because it's been so long between actually recording these matches. It's such a long time now. I think it's about a 2-week gap between the last game and this one. So it's been pretty good for us to get all our players fit and that sort of stuff. But yeah, here we go. As you can see, heavy favourites. Richard Jones is our key man for this one. 26 goals in 30 games this season. He's been incredible. He's locked in for another 2 years, so we're only going to sell him in the summer if we get a decent enough offer. So who have St. Joseph's got? Anyone interesting? They've got Dominguez Alvarez, a player who we actually started the game with And they've got that Jamie, who's a player I tried to buy quite a few times in the past, but never came to us. T-wise, we have got Ramito in goal still. He's finally getting back up to match fitness and match sharpness now. Not that it's affected him too much in the last couple of games. We stick with the two. Jared's at the left-hand side of defence. Jared Murphy at left-back. And then Jared Madison at centre-back. And we're going to have Marlon Manning coming into play in centre-back as well. He's been moaning a lot recently that he's not been getting enough first-team football. So we're going to give him a game or so here. A player that I actually like him. He's got 43 caps. He might be a player that we have to let go at some point though. He's wanted by Wolves, so if they want him, then they make a decent enough offer. We might just let him go. Jamie Wildman at right back still. We're going to be playing Morgan as that defensive midfielder. He's absolutely perfect for that position, really. In front of him we've got Andreas Broga. Or Broga. I think it's Broga because of the line through the O. Atundi, his stats are going up again. Oh my god, this lad is incredible. Really is. I think we can end up struggling to keep some of these players in the summer, I think. We've got Jones up front, another player we're going to struggle to keep hold of. Why is he only valued at 9k now? What the hell just happened? He's worth 190 a minute ago. What on earth has happened there? Franks... Oh, the values have dropped again. Oh, no. Franks is there, and Bustamante as well. All of our values have gone. We had... All our players were at decent high values and now they've all dropped significantly. Wow. Okay, maybe our reputation's dropped ever so slightly. It'll be better in the Champions League next year. We'll try and build it back up again, but that's very disappointing, that is. Because this could end up being a bit more painful for us in the summer. But yeah, okay, let's get out of that. So let's go into this game. Hopefully we'll win this one. Continue to build our reputation up again by winning the Rock Cup for the third or fourth year in a row now, something like that. It shouldn't be too difficult. I think the game against Britannia was the more difficult one. This one against St. Joseph's. That's why we're going for 3 up front in this game as well. We're just going to go out and completely dominate the game, hopefully. Just rip them to shreds. That's the plan. Score like 3 or 4 goals early on and just hold on for the win. That's my plan anyway. Whether it's going to work or not is a different story. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Again, we're not doing very well with possession. That seems to be one of our problems. I don't know why. We've got 3 very capable centre midfielders in there. There we go, we're struggling to keep possession. I don't know if it's just the way we're playing, maybe because we're playing controlling, or maybe we're going for the killer ball too often. Atundi gets it to Franks. Franks across to Jones. Back to Franks. Into Morgan, who's good at a through ball, but cutting pass, but he loses the ball actually to Castle, and all of a sudden St. Joseph's come away with it. Are they going to catch us on the counter-attack here potentially? I'm hoping not. It's a very, very slow counter-attack if it is. One of the slowest slow counter-attacks I've ever seen. Franco across the Castle. Plays that wide to Gilby, who looks a bit short. He's been taken there by Murphy. Great defence there by the Australian left-back, but he plays it straight to James, who's taken a bad first touch, and Jones now is in the penalty area. Cuts inside. Takes a shot, and it's saved by Gonzalez Perez. Thought we had a goal there for a second. Poor defensive work, really, by St. Joseph. Sort of handed us that a chance. Bad first touch by James. Or Jamie. Tundi now with a corner. Franco heads it clear. We don't really score that many from corners. A bit of a surprise, because we have got some very good headers in the team. And some big lads at centre-back as well. So we've had 4 shots to their 0. We've got more possession now, which is good as well. So it looks like we are trying to turn the screw here with 3 very, very good strikers, all potential scoring a hat-trick here today. 5 shots, but still nothing worthy of a highlight. So I sound a little bit distracted at the same time. I've got the football on the telly, so I'm just trying to... I've got a couple of big bets. I've got one bet on today. It's worth 5 grand, and this is the first game on that bet, so I'm hoping this this game wins. Come on. Let's take it away from him. Jamie plays it back to Alvarez. Plays it into Franco. Come on, get the ball off him. Harrison turns, and Harrison... Oh, God, they've scored. It's Marlon Manning at centre-back. It's not his preferred position. He prefers to play defensive midfield. That's not good. What can we do here? I'm sure we can turn this around. We're a much better team than what St. Joseph's are. But you've got to remember, this is again worth about 60 odd grand for us, this game. So we need to try and pull it off if we can. That's their first shot. One shot, one on target, a goal. That's what we're bad at. We've had 5 shots, 2 on target, and we just can't seem to score the goals. That's the problem we've got. And Marlon Manning is not a very good defender, is he? Come on, guys. Let's turn this around, because this is terrible. This is terrible. I'm not happy at all. They're their best right back, one of the best players on the pitch. Actually, Jamie's been injured. He's going off the pitch. Be replaced by someone I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Peliza? Peliza, I think it is. Come on. Come on. Right. So that has been terrible. Let's give him a real aggressive shake-up. Let's fire a few people up and motivate the others. Come on, guys. Come out here and show me what you can do. Show everyone. Show the 6 viewers that will end up watching this video. That's right. I really enjoy doing these videos, but they don't seem to get anywhere near as many views as my WWE videos. And I'm not going to stop doing these because I really enjoy doing them, and it helps me break up the other stuff that I'm doing a little more. I'm sure somebody will view them sooner or later. Come on, guys. I don't know what we can do to change this around. We can't really change too much because the best players we've got are the ones on the pitch. There's not much we can change by changing things around, is there? We're taking a Tundi out wide and bringing on Baird and having Franks and Jones as strikers. Bringing Morgan up there as well. And bring Nick Harlton on for Manning. Change Morgan to a box-to-box midfielder. Baird to a supporting winger. Let's try that. It's a complete change in shape. We're taking one striker off it, bringing on Baird, who's a good assister of the ball. We can get some deep crosses in and try and score some goals like that. They've done quite well at Tundi and Baird down them wings. Come on, guys. Come on, don't lose this match. At least just get an equaliser now, just so we can get a little bit of relief. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. We've had 8 shots, 3 on target. They've had 4 shots. They're coming back into the game a bit more now as well. Right, we do have a highlight. Naranjo, which is Spanish for orange, I believe. Harlton plays it forward to Franks. And we do have a highlight now. Atundi brings it forward. He's looking like he's in a bit of a dangerous position here, but he brings it forward for all them players. Across to Jones, and Jones puts it in at the back post. And our change in formation and style seems to have been effective as we get the equaliser almost instantaneously. Oh, thank God for that. Look at Atundi. Look, you think to yourself, God, he's in a terrible position. He's been surrounded by so many players, and then he pulls out a cross like that. Keeper in absolute no man's land. He got caught underneath the ball, and Jones side foots it past the keeper for the equaliser. So now all of a sudden things looking a little bit more, a little bit better for us. Tell you what, if this is another goal as well, that just shows our super tactical ability to change the game and just turn it around so quickly. Franks now again looks to be in a very difficult situation with loads of players around and plays it back to Broga. Into Morgan. Both Morgan and Broga both booked now in the middle of the pitch. A little bit of a worry, but should be okay for 13 minutes. Morgan looking for that killer ball. I don't think he's been able to pull it off. Plays it back to Broga. Plays it back to Madison, out to Jared Murphy, who's also been booked. We've had quite a few players booked today. We don't normally have that. Franks over the top. Atundi picks it up. Crossed on the volley. Oh, what a goal that was. Just what a goal that was. Atundi went there to hug Jones, and Jones just ran straight past him. But Atundi's cross on the volley as well. That was great. You see this again. You look at Franks here. Plays it over the top to Atundi, who volleyed the cross. And then Jones volleyed the finish. So the ball did not touch the floor since Franks had it. And all of a sudden, it just shows how good Atundi is out on the wing. He's got 17 crossing. So I think this is a formation we'll probably stick with most next season, I think. It is the best one. It's always handy to try and mix it around a little bit. Just for just to try and keep the opponents second guessing what you're going to be doing. But this is the best way forward. And I'm hoping the 2 guys that have linked together so well here today, Atundi and Jones, are 2 best players in the squad. I'm hoping we don't end up losing either of those in the summer. We don't have to. They're both contracted for another couple of years at least. And we managed to get them locked in early enough. So we should be okay. But you can never guarantee with these things, can you? Murphy fall to Brogan. Can we just hold on now? We've got 10 seconds to hold on to win the Rock Cup as well as the Senior League Cup. Morgan picks it up in the middle, plays it forward to Jones. We're on the ball now. We're just got to hold on to it, guys. Jones across the Murphy. It looks like St. Joseph's may have given up here. And there is the final whistle. We've come from 1-0 down to win the game 2-1 due to a cracking tactical change. Moving, we took Bustamante off, brought on Finn Baird and went for 2 wide wingers. And Atundi and Jones just absolutely sparked into life as soon as we did that. So brilliant to come back and win the game. And there we go. That is another successful end to another successful season. We only there was only one game all season we didn't win, and that was that game against Britannia. Hopefully next season we will win. Champions League next year is going to be difficult as well. I'm still annoyed that our values have disappeared. We must have dropped under a certain there must be like a certain bracket of reputation. When you get into that bracket reputation, you must go up a little bit and get the values, and that's a little bit annoying. Well, I'm sure when we get back in the Champions League, I'm sure we'll be able to get the reputation back up and hopefully make our way through to the third qualifying stage for the first time ever. So, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out. And, of course, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe as well. Next episode, we'll come back with the first of the Champions League matches and also have a look at the players we brought in over the summer. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all very, very soon for some more of the Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016.